Okay, welcome back to Total Extreme Wrestling, rewriting history. We just witnessed WWF. It's time. It's time. It was not Vader time, but Steve Austin defended the championship. I just wondered, does the computer, are these results are not randomized? Like the AI books it the way it thinks it is correct, no? Because they sometimes it seems a little random that like Shawn Michaels is in a storyline with Bret Hart, but he wrestles completely different people at the pay-per-view, and same for Bret Hart and so on. This seems more like Tony Khan booking, where you throw everything together and people say, oh, long-term storytelling, because you fought against each other 4 months ago and then you fought again 8 months later and stuff like this. But I guess the AI has a plan. So WWE has just had an incredible pay-per-view with 4 fantastic matches, new tag team champions on top. So WCW needs to do something about that, and we will now finish the year 1996, and then we'll go into the year 1997. Talk about the history in that year. Monday Night Raw got a 1.41 television taping. And Nitro was live, sold out in the Mario Morales Coliseum in Puerto Rico. 80 show rating. Hollywood Hulk Hogan and Sting had an angry confrontation. Randy Savage did an interview talking about Scott Hall. Bobby Eaton defeated Glacier. Backstage segment with DDP. Bam Bam Bigelow and the Sharpshooters defeated Disco Inferno and the Nasty Boys. There was a backstage segment with Scott Steiner. Eddie Guerrero, the new United States heavyweight champion, defended that title against the Barbarian of all people. There was a backstage segment with Mean Gene, as usual, and a backstage segment with Arn Anderson, an interview with Ted DiBiase. What does he always do backstage? Backstage segment with the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Ric Flair defeated Mr. JL, that's Jerry Lynn. That's an interesting match. Did we ever see that in real life? There was an interview with the Tag Team Masters. They defeated him by disqualification, so the title could not change hands anyway. Lex Luger, the workhorse here, he defends the television title every week. That's why it's the television title, right? He defeats Chris Benoit. The WCW television title must have increased in value dramatically. Lex Luger, he's putting in the effort here. And the NWO, consisting of Nash and Hogan, defeated the Warrior and Sting in the main event. So I should pay more attention to the rating. 2.66 TV rating. So, but like, is this in the whole world or in the United States only? No, they also count Tokyo and stuff. So I'm not sure how, but they only give me that number, so I guess WCW has twice the viewers as WWF. WWF still counts as number 1, which I find a bit confusing. Bobby Fulton, good old Bobby, joins the AWF, also Paul Diamond. There was an ECW Hardcore TV broadcast. It got a 0.06 TV rating. Ric Flair was the MVP of the Nitro program. And yeah, let's continue. Horace Hogan. Monday Night Raw was taped. They always tape that on a Tuesday. 81 show rating, over 10,000 people in the Portland Memorial Coliseum. We had the Godwins defeating the Rockers to retain their brand new World Tag Team Championships. There was an interview with Hot Rod Roddy Piper, a backstage segment with Doc Hendricks, a backstage segment with Billy Gunn, an interview with The Undertaker. Which, as we know, is Jim the Anvil Neidhart, so a little hard dungeon history here. They defeated Team Smash Mouth, and I cannot memorize these generic names. Team Smash Mouth is Vader and Davey Boy Smith, so a lot of history in this match. And boy, would I like to see that match. We can see the in-ring performance here. Owen Hart, 96. My God. So, quite a thin card here. Is that so? Is it because it's a almost Christmas episode, or? Oh, now I didn't see that. The other headlines, can I get them back? Can I rewind At least we got it on video. Can we go back a day? User log. Can we go back a day and... Probably. Scott Steiner signed a contract extension with WCW. Anyway, so let's go back. So Kevin and the Blue Bloods defeated Jim Powers and Heavy Duty. The Booty Man defeated Hugh Morris, and John Tenta defeated Papa Shango. So it sounds right. It's not, maybe not as you expected it in WCW. There was an ECW broadcasting deal signed between ECW and Sports Channel Philadelphia, or as at least they are said to have come to an agreement. So, Jerry Lawler was the star of the show here. Defeated Doug Gilbert and Paul Diamond to retain the USW. Yeah, I got some problems with the microphone, so sorry. Microphone was just... I just praised the USWA, seems be my favorite. Good old the King in the main events. Dan Severn, my favorite as well, one of my favorites, one of the most underrated guys in the history of professional wrestling. Then we had a hello? Sorry about my microphone issues. I hope it will get better. So I just praised Dan Severn. So we had a WWE Superstars taping, and that got a 59 show rating, and also 700 people in attendance. Isn't that a quite low attendance? Sorry, I'm still fighting with my mic here. I hope it will improve. Maybe I need to get a new one. The Devil Machine. So, still struggling with my mic. Hope improve now. So, sorry. Mr. Perfect had a backstage segment, so did Doc Hendricks. Bob Holly defeated Salvatore Sincere. Virgil defeated the Road Dogg, and the Warlord and the New Rockers defeated Jake Roberts and the Body Donners. So it will be hard to get used to all these generic names. So in 20 years from now, we will only have generic names left, but maybe then it's the same as it is in reality, as long as the people don't get randomized names, and therefore their first names are removed. So, Terry Reynolds. Holy mackerel. Always loved her, and maybe still do. So, call me Terry. So, Doug Gilbert joins ECW. Otherwise, not so much going on here. Week 3 ends, and then we'll go into the final Christmas week, or is Christmas in week 3. Will they do live shows or taped shows, or will they just have a best of 1996 show? Then we get WCW Saturday night broadcast 0.16 TV rating. I don't care about the other. Well, there maybe this one. Extension rumor, Nishimura. Okay, I thought this was like a general. They want to extend their roster or whatever. They also are in contract negotiation. Kakihara. Nice name. Surgery for Gary Albright. CMLL, nobody cares. So then WWE Superstars was shown, got a 0.1 TV rating. Is it in the game that the shows at the Christmas time have lower ratings? And then, let's see, Alpha. Who doesn't know about this legend? Scott Hall, he learned a new hold. He invents a new move, but as usual, they don't describe what it actually is. Weren't these games always quite descriptive, that they always describe matches in move detail and so on? So he has a fantastic new move. WCW Monday Nitro live in the Bryce Jordan Center in the Tri-State. 83 show rating, 11,001 people in attendance, 2.86 TV rating. That's I think the American TV rating, because it says 2.148. So 2 million and about 150,000 viewers, and a total of 2,170,000. So it had 28,000 viewers in the rest of the world, or what? Maybe I should compare that to the WWF. They had 1,000 viewers in TV on TV Kyushu. So they're not that popular. RTL, the German channel, about 40,000 people. It sounds realistic. They're hot in the USA, but not anywhere else. That's maybe why they are only number 2. Scott Hall taunted Randy Savage in a backstage interview. DDP and Rough and Ready defeat Conan and the Rock and Roll Express. There was a backstage segment with Jimmy Hart. Sting defeated Ultimate Dragon by DQ. There was an interview with the Ultimate Dragon, the Ultimo Dragon. Yes, it is. Was he really called like that back then? Interview with Ted DiBiase again. Basketball segment, backstage segment. We had the basketball segment with the $1 Million Man, probably. A backstage segment with Bam Bam Bigelow. A backstage segment with Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner, if you already went by that name back then. Scott Hall defeated Glacier, the tag team masters. What a generic name. They defeated the Nasty Boys. Oh, what a hot match here. Eddie Guerrero defeated Chris Benoit, but it was a disqualification ending in the match that happened for the United States title. Eddie Guerrero also putting the work in, defending the title all the time, while Lex Luger is not on the show, seemingly. The fans didn't like the DQ ending. Probably still a good match. Harlem Heat defeated the Blue Bloods to retain the WCW World Tag Team titles. Randy Savage defeated Big Bubba Rogers. Great trailer here in the main event. It's an odd main event for a Nitro show. Ted DiBiase has a new catchphrase, and I would like to hear that. It was entirely improvised. That's a surprise that it appears to have gone down so well. Many fans were heard chanting it. I want to hear that. What is it? Monday Night Raw was shown. The star of the show was Scott Hall. Monday Night Raw had a 1.46 TV rating. This only sounds like the American rating. How many people watched it in the rest of the world? Why don't they tell me that here? Can I see? Oh, maybe I shouldn't dive into so great detail. I would like to know, but I don't get to know. I don't want to look too far. Then we got the ECW Hardcore TV taping number 3 was shown. 0.05 TV rating. I guess that's also only American. But let's not. Maybe at some point I can go into greater detail. WWE Superstars expense. WWE sent out a press release last night celebrating the fact that they have struck a deal with ESPN International to begin showing WWE Superstars. So it also gets shown in other countries now. The deal expands the coverage of the show, allowing even more fans to see it. Monday Night Raw as well. It will also be showing on ESPN International, as revealed in a WWF press release last night. The deal sees the show expand its potential audience and is seen as a cause for celebration in the WWF offices. So that's a big deal for them, I guess. So there was a Raw taping in San Diego. 81 show rating, 12,200 people. Here it says it will also be shown on... There's no German channel on here. Germany only gets WCW? WWF was always big in Germany. So was this only the live? It is to be shown, so it was not shown there. Or will it be shown somewhere else in Germany? Not sure. So we had the British Bulldog defeating Rocky Maivia, an interview with Mankind, an interview with The Undertaker, backstage segment with Sunny, backstage segment with Vince McMahon. Goldust defeated Aldo Montoya. Farouk and Bret Hart defeated Team Slaughter, and again, that's not Sergeant Slaughter, that's Viscera and Tatanka. Team Slaughter, at least that somehow fits the name Viscera. The Partisans, Mark Merrow, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels defeated Honky Tonk Man and Smoking Guns. Is Triple H already Triple H, or is he still the Royal Blue Blood guy? Then we see probably Christmas. Happy Christmas 1996. WCW Saturday Night was taped. 46 show rating, 2,100 people in attendance. Scott Norton defeated Juventud Guerrera, backstage segment with Gene Okerlund, backstage segment with Bam Bam Bigelow, Jim Powers and Pitch Black defeated Johnny Flamingo and the Sharpshooters. The Booty Man and John Tenta defeated Alex Wright and Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker by disqualification, and also Greg Valentine defeated Disco Inferno by disqualification. Even that show is shown on RTL in Germany. The amount of DQ finishes increases. Vince Russo spreading everywhere. Or is Vince Russo with the WWF at this point? He should be back with a magazine at this point, right? So, 2,100 people. Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero? Was he on the show Saturday night? Sharpshooters. The Sharpshooters are Eddie Guerrero and Conan. Okay. WWF Superstars. 63 show rating, 3,000 people in attendance. The Body Donnas defeated Shining Force by count out. The finishes are varying. They're in backstage segment with Mr. Perfect, backstage segment with Brian Pillman, backstage segment with Sunny, and a backstage segment with James E. Cornette. The Warlord defeated Bob Holly, Coco Beware defeated King Kong Bundy, Viscera and the Dogs of War defeated the Sultan and the New Rockers. Leif Cassidy, that's Al Snow, was the star of the show. Was that his real name? Rocky Maivia wins an award. Recently, we asked Arias to vote for who they thought was the best young prospect in wrestling today. After receiving hundreds of letters, the winner was today announced as Rocky Maivia. That's surprising. People didn't fall in love with him back then, I guess. He's been losing most of the time here. So, what do we get here? Company was WWF still on one. Entire world. USA also. But WCW has much bigger rating. How do they rate this? How do they judge this? Isn't WCW outdrawing them severely? Total fan base. But WCW has much better ratings. Oh, I do not want to exit. We see the Power 500. Shawn Michaels was on number 1 in 1995. Will we get another end of the year rating here? Oh, here we also get other television shows. Sesame Street, Beverly Hills. I didn't know that this was in the game. Hey Arnold, X-Men. Can we see how well the wrestling shows are in comparison? That is in the show here. Hall of Immortals, most popular. Number 1, Hulk Hogan. Number 2, Shawn Michaels. Number 3, Bret Hart. So let's finish the year 1996. I was 9 years old at the time. Mae Young retired officially for the first time. So otherwise, we see Hall of Fame. Carlos Colon, WWC officially announced a brand new induction to their Hall of Fame last night. The Puerto Rican Carlos Colon, 51 years at the time. So we had an extended hardcore TV ECW taping. So the first one here, 67 show rating, 400 people in attendance. It will be only shown on a few channels here. No? Too Cold Scorpio and Sabu got into a backstage brawl. The Sandman called the one-man gang out. It ended up on the wrong end of a beating. Dark Patriot and the Gangsters defeated Mikey Whipwreck and the Pitbulls. So who is the Dark Patriot? Gary Wolf or Anthony Durant? Interview with Paul Heyman, interview with Bill Alfonso. The Sandman defeated Maddie Smalls. The Eliminators defeated the Headhunters to retain the ECW Tag Team title. Tommy Dreamer and Sabu defeated One Man Gang and Too Cold Scorpio in a tables match. Again, a tables match, but there was another set of tapings here. A lot of shows. Fans must have some stamina here. So, 67 show rating, 400 people in attendance. Sabu did an interview talking about Too Cold Scorpio. One Man Gang managed to leave the Sandman down after a backstage brawl. Bubba Dudley and the Replacements defeated Sammy the Silk and the Gangsters. So Bubba Dudley teamed with Mikey Whipwreck and RVD. Pardon me. We had a backstage segment with Francine, an interview with Paul Heyman. The Sandman defeated Brian Lee in a cage match. Sabu and Tommy Dreamer defeated Shane Douglas and Taz. And Steve Williams defeated the One Man Gang to retain the ECW heavyweight title. Will this be shown, I guess, in early 1997? So there was seemingly another taping. No. Another taping, but the same people. It's still 400 people, but it gets a better rating, 72 show rating. So who rated this already? Dave Meltzer was in attendance. A video recapped the Too Cold Scorpio vs. Sabu rivalry. One Man Gang taunted the Sandman in a backstage interview. 911 and the Eliminators defeated Sammy the Silk and Cataclysm. Backstage segment with Beulah McGillicuddy. Backstage segment with Francine. Sabu defeated Maddie Smalls. Tommy Dreamer defeated Dave Finlay. Good to see Finlay here. The Sandman and Steve Williams defeated Taz and the One Man Gang. And another taping, 64 show rating. Too Cold Scorpio taunted Sabu in a backstage brawl. The Sandman called One Man Gang out, but it ended up on the wrong end of a beating. 911 and the Eliminators defeated Dave Finlay and Violent Conduct. There was a backstage interview with Alfonso and one with Heyman. Bubba Dudley defeated Devon Dudley. They randomly booked that match on a random television show. Aren't they not teaming anymore? Speaking of Dudleys, there was a tables match. Tommy Dreamer defeated Stevie Richards and Sabu defeated Brian Lee in the main event. I think that's it for American Wrestling in 1996. Tommy Dreamer gave the performance of the night. Doug Gilbert is about to start a new feud in the USWA. Perry Saturn is injured. Doug Gilbert is injured as well. WCW Saturday Night was shown, got a 0.17 TV rating. And if I advance one day, do they then already show me the Monday stuff? We got the end of the year. You need to see that here in this video. And yeah, no, it's Monday now. Oh, it looks different now. TEW.com. We are in 1997. Got wrestling news? We do. The internet is up and coming. We got a lot of articles here, and you see there was no Raw yet, so we are now on Monday. So now we'll big show we shouldn't forget about. WCW Starrcade was last night. So in Milwaukee, in the county stadium, it drew 50,000 people. 79 showing. They counter the WWF's big event with a big event of their own. So let's go through this, and yeah, and then I'll finish this video. But we need to go through the end of the year awards first. So a lot of pre-show stuff. 6 matches in the pre-show. That was a big stadium show. Disco Inferno defeated Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker. Hugh Morris defeated Jim Power. Scott Norton defeated Chris Jericho. Where did he come from? Terry Taylor and the Booty Man defeated the Renegade and Bunkhouse Buck. Greg Valentine defeated Sergeant Craig Pittman. John Tenta and Conan defeated Scotty Flamingo and Alex Wright by count out. Then we start with Starrcade, the main show. We start with an angle. Sting taunted Hollywood Hulk Hogan in a backstage interview. Heavy Duty defeated High Voltaine. Backstage segment with Jimmy Hart. Backstage segment with Scott Steiner. DDP and the Sharpshooters defeated Jim Duggan and the Rock and Roll Express. Backstage segment with DDP, probably celebrating. Earl, Robert Eaton, and Papa Shango defeated the Nasty Boys in a cage match. Talking about a random tag team. There was a video hyping Eddie Guerrero versus Bam Bam Bigelow. Eddie Guerrero defends the WCW United States title against Bam Bam Bigelow. Also a very good match. I want to see. Probably good match. 75 rating here. Backstage segment with Gene Okerlund. Scott Steiners defeated Harlem Heat and the Blue Bloods to win the WCW tag team titles. Harlem Heat at the end of the year, they drop the belts to the Steiners. Rick just signed a contract extension and they get the reward. Interview with the Giant, interview with Ted DiBiase. I want to hear his new catchphrase. The workhorse Lex Luger loses against Kevin Sullivan, but via disqualification. The match had been for the TV title, but he keeps the belt. Hogan defeats Sting by DQ. Too many DQ matches here in too many DQ finishes in big matches. Scott Hall defeated Randy Savage, not via DQ. And Warrior defeats the Giant for the WCW World Heavyweight title. So the Warrior, the Ultimate Warrior, is the WCW Heavyweight Champion at the end of 1996. Is that a good omen for them in the year 1997? The match got a solid rating, but oh boy, I don't see good things coming for World Championship Wrestling. The show got a pay-per-view buy rate of 6.5, over 3 million buys, a 0.09 TV rating, total of over 3 million viewers. So the end of the year awards, our award for Wrestler of the Year 1996, we only saw parts of that year, so we can only judge parts of that year. Shawn Michaels is the Wrestler of the Year. The first time he has gained this honor. Company of the Year is WCW. The American promotion had a great 1996 and will be hoping to continue their hot streak over the coming 12 months. Tag Team of the Year, Davey Boy Smith and Vader, Team Smash Mouth. They win that trophy for the first time. The Match of the Year, Shawn Michaels against The Undertaker on Monday Night Raw in September. The Show of the Year, WWF It's Time. We recently saw that a few weeks ago. Young Wrestler of the Year, Rey Mysterio, who got signed by the WWF. Second time he wins that trophy. The Veteran Wrestler of the Year, Randy Savage. First time to win this award. Female Wrestler of the Year, Aja Kong. First time she wins. We don't see women's wrestling in the American promotions at the moment. Will that change? Independent Wrestler of the Year, Tommy Dreamer, 25 years at the time. His first award. Manager of the Year, Francine, first time. Announcer of the Year, Jim Ross, first time. Color commentator, Vince McMahon. Is he a color commentator? First time he wins this award. Referee of the Year, Dave Hebner. They don't say how many times he won that before. WCW signed, okay, I think these were the awards. WCW announced the signing of Lodi, a recent graduate of their training facility. WCW are said to be very impressed with his potential. He's being sent to WWC, don't confuse WWC with WCW, to learn the WCW way of working. They also sign Ernest Miller. So he also comes out of their training facility. The Warrior is the heavyweight champion of WCW. Road Warrior Animal may resign with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Starrcade drew 50,000 people. Scott Hall was the MVP. The Steiner brothers win the tag team straps. Hawk may resign with New Japan. Jake Roberts may resign with the WWF. Sports Channel Philadelphia Klaus, didn't they just do business with ECW? Branded obsolete by its parent company, broadcaster Sports Channel Philadelphia officially closed its doors last night. The change has been on the card for some months, and so came as little surprise to the industry. All contracts with the company have been cancelled, meaning that several shows now do not have a home. Merlin, buy more stickers too. Oh, we get advertisements here, so good, interesting to see that we also get news like this. So WWF Superstars, 0.12 TV rating. New champion WWC, that's Sean Morley. Isn't that Val Venus? The photo doesn't look like him. WWF extension rumor with the Rick Titan. What's the main event? Shiki Star defeat Juan Castillo Jr. Okay, and we end 1996. And I'll see you next time. We'll see what 1997 has to offer.